Pharaoh Snofru has brought order to Egypt, and the kingdom now flourishes under his wise and benevolent rule. Snofru wishes to undertake another construction project at Dashur, even more ambitious than the bent pyramid already completed. Royal architects, surveyors, and engineers are confident they can construct an edifice whose sides rise in one continuous angle, culminating in a perfect peak. If successful, this will be the first true pyramid, and will be a worthy home for Pharaoh Snofru through all eternity. Pharaoh's wife, Queen Hetepheres, has recently given birth to a son whom they have named Khufu. Our people look toward the day of his eventual rule with much foreboding, for the seers of Horus, god of the Pharaoh, have predicted that he will show none of his father's benevolence toward our people. Though he will achieve many great things, they fear he will rule Egypt with unyielding tyranny. You may acquire wood from Byblos, since carpenters will have to build many ramps to allow workers to reach the summit of this great pyramid.
Good morning everyone, and welcome back to the Two-Headed Wolf Gaming channel as we're continuing our journey through Pharaoh, a new era, and we're establishing North Dashur over here, where we will need a population of 3,000, culture rating of 20, prosperity rating of 30, monument rating of 18, and a kingdom rating of 55, plus we need to build a large pyramid. But first of all, let's see what we work with. So in this area we have a bit of fertile land. We could make some bridges to cross this little river here, this little waterway. And then we have some fertile land. We have some stones to the southeast of us. What else do we have? Nothing to the southwest, but we do have more stone, more rocks in the northwest. So bridges here, water crossing over here, and I'm guessing we'll be able to build limestone and stuff like that. Let's see. We have grain farms, we have barley farms, we have limestone quarries, yes, and shipwrights. The rest we're just going to have to manufacture. Oof. A temple complex to Ptah, and we have actually 4 gods: Osiris, Ptah, Ra, and Set. We have military buildings, we have wharfs and warships, we have forts, and we have walls, towers, and gateways. I don't know, given that the way military works right now, I don't know exactly why you'd want to build these towers. I don't know. I wouldn't really consider it something cool to build. The pyramid is fairly large, but it's not overwhelmingly so. Let's see what kind of trade routes we could do, because I'm afraid that some of that plain stone might arrive via river, and that might represent a problem for us. Let's see. So Selima Oasis, they sell wood. They buy pottery, beer, papyrus, linen, okay. Then we have Abu, that sells flax and some gems. They do buy papyrus, they buy some bricks as well, but we don't have clay. We will need to import clay in order to transform it into bricks. Serabit Kadim does buy grain. They also sell copper. I feel like we'll need this. And Maydum, at least here we have an advantage because they sell the plain stone, they sell reeds, and they do buy limestone. So we'll do this, we'll import the reeds, we'll turn them into papyrus. Byblos buys jewelry. So what I need first is this. Let's open a trade route with Maydum. I know I'll need copper soon. Do you buy linen? You do. So I could open a trade route with Abu as well. Right, because they sell flax, they also buy papyrus. Yeah, I feel like these ones are probably the way to go when it comes to our economy. The music is so great. I love it so much. I feel like they've done a really good job at keeping the original while still innovating and improving it. So we'll have a bridge over there. We'll place our water crossing somewhere. Well, I have to be careful. There's not a lot of places to place down a dock. Right, I could place 2 down here. And 1 here, and thus I will not occupy this area just to be able to place a dock later on. And we'll need a water crossing, we'll need ferry landings, and we'll place them here. Yeah, I think like that looks great. We'll draw a road like this for now. And we'll have our very first residential area over here. Let's do it like that. We'll have a set of houses as per usual. We'll let time fly. We'll place down our water carrier here. Let's put down 2 roadblocks just to make sure he doesn't go in a direction that we do not want him to do. For the moment I could place down a roadblock like this. Is it too close? It is. So we'll place it 1 further. And I'll have a road like this. What would be most beneficial for us? I feel like going with normal farms might be better. For now I'll put 1 here. Let's go with safety, architect post, firehouse. We'll quickly select a physician as well. I will need to get the farms going. And let's see. One, 2, 3, and 4 to begin with. Let's have our water pump. We'll build some irrigation ditches. I'll place down then a granary over here. We'll need a few more safety services. And then we'll place down a bazaar. Let me place down the pavilion as well, just so I don't forget about it and construct something over it. But then we'll have the bazaar and I'll place it over here. I am going to go into temples. And let's start placing all of them. There we go. I even think that starting another residential area is very important. If we're gonna have military threats, they will be arriving early, I'm imagining. So let's start working on this one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll draw another road like this. Where I will be placing down a few more houses. We're going to go into depth a lot earlier this time, but that is okay. As long as we can get to the point where we will have enough people early on, I feel like it's going to pay off. High fertility over here, not the greatest over here, 50% only, but we'll accept that as it is. Let's draw our road or somewhere here. I'll place only one dock at the moment, and we'll do it like that. And then I'm going to be placing down a few limestone quarries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's build these roads. I believe that mine will not be able to... People will not be able to reach that mine unless we do something else. Let me try to delete this road and go once again to limestone. Yeah, I can do it like that. Okay, well, once again, we'll need our services. And I will put a firehouse and an architect post there. I'll have another architect post in this area. I might move it soon. But for the moment, that should be good enough. Over here we'll have a storage yard. We'll say that you accept limestone. Then we're going to go into our trade. And we'll say export when over 0. That's where we start from. Let's let time pass. As I do have some money, let's place down a few more granaries here. And then we'll take some irrigation ditches. And I'll take it around here. Good. That should be good for now. We're gonna make some early money here. It's not amazing, but it is something. It is a good start. I could also start thinking about importing. Yeah, 135 people. Yeah, that is pretty good. Let's go down a storage yard. Actually, I need 2 storage yards. Maybe even more soon. But we'll accept reeds, about half of them. And over here I'll say I'll accept papyrus. Then we're gonna go into production. And we're gonna put down some papyrus makers. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll go in overseer of commerce. We'll be importing our reeds to maintain 800 of them. And then we'll export when over 0. We're gonna turn a pretty profit over there, and then we can start to look into the future of importing flags. As soon as I have some money, we will need to start making some military. On the military side, we have archers, we have infantry, and we have these defensive structures, which, I'll be honest, they're expensive, and I don't get it. I don't get why you would want to go with walls in this game, given that you are not physically protecting yourself, not like in the first game. And I'll make a comparison at that point. I am going to go and play a lot more the military missions. And then we'll do a comparison to what it's like to play the military mission in this Pharaoh and what it's like to play the military mission in the old Pharaoh. I feel like it's a really good and important thing to look for and figure out and better understand. And we'll do something like this. Place down a police station because I will want that village palace as well. Okay, come on, buy some goods. Great. And now it is time, oof, Apparently that fire station... Really? That fire station is not reaching this point? Are they crossing the water? That might be the case here. I've lost some papyrus there, but what can you do? Well, place down a fire station. Yeah, very interesting. So they are crossing the water on the other side. Well, what I'll do here is that I'll do this and put down a roadblock. Very unfortunate. But we'll place down 2 more of these storages. Over here I say accept flax and accept reed. No, let's say we accept papyrus over here. We'll accept linen over here. I will say that I want to accept half of the flask over here. We're going to Overseer of Commerce. Let's import 800 flax. And export the linen when over 0. And then we need the businesses themselves. So I am going to go down with weavers. I might leave some space there. Let's place the weavers on this side. 4 of them should be good enough for now. Let's take a look at the pyramid. Yeah, it is quite large here. And there's no space to build it in this direction. Apparently we can't really build it in the middle pile. We needed to build it on the mainland. So what I will do is that I'll leave this road. And let's take a look. Where would we place it? I feel like this is the best position for it. Yes, let me try placing it down again. Yeah, we'll place it down over here. I'll put down a roadblock like this. We have enough food so we could place down a bazaar now on this side. We also need to be placing down a few temples. And I'll need a few shrines to Ptah. Yep, went into depth. That is totally fine. I think Ptah was upset and he destroyed 2 of our industrial buildings. On, buy some linen or some flax, yes, and now we started working there. I'll be placing down an architect's post and a firehouse on this side as well, and we'll also need a few worker camps to get us started over here. We'll place 4 of them to begin with. It's a large work. Okay, food is being distributed. Everything looks fine to me right now. We're starting to make a profit. Put a roadblock there, delete this one. Let's put down a pavilion. And I will also put down a juggler school. And then we'll have some gardens. Let's do something like this, and then we'll put a row of gardens on this side. Okay, and since we have the money, let's take a look. How much money are we wasting per tax? 885. Okay, we need to start collecting those. Town Palace, I'll put it down over... I feel like I could make some industries over there, so let's place it down here. Tax collector. There we go. Good. Next thing is military. That's our next step. 1300. Expensive. I feel like I need a bit more limestone. Or a bit more space for limestone. Let's see, is Ptah okay now? Resentful, displeased, displeased, displeased. So no, they are not happy at all. I'll be placing down 2 more shrines to Ptah. Should I put it down another temple? It's a bit weird, but I feel like that is something that we might want to make them happy. Sure. As I said, it's going to look weird, but as long as we're happy. Ah, he's still displeased. Hopefully this will keep him happier. 262 unemployed workers. Well, we have some money now. I'll put down a recruiter over here. And it is expensive, but I'll want a military academy from the start just to get those ranks early on. Finally, we'll have our forts on this side. Okay, now the gods are happy. On the side of food we are doing okay. We are getting now warriors within our forts. I would place down early on another one of these archer forts. And I will... Yeah, Libyan army is approaching within 18 months. Let's get ourselves some copper. This is a land trade route, so we don't need to squeeze it anywhere near the water. But I am thinking about placing it down over here. Though our recruiter is over on this side. Okay, well, let's do this then. We'll place down a storage yard over here. We'll say that we accept half of the copper. And we'll accept half weapons, right? And then we'll place down a few weaponsmiths. 1, 2, let's say 3 of them to begin with. The Pharaoh wants barley. We're not producing any right now and we don't have the money for it. We will It's better for us to protect ourselves from the invaders rather than giving barley to the Pharaoh. Copper available to import, to maintain. Let's maintain 400 to begin with. Or we have 3 of them. Each 100 units of copper will make 100 units of weapons, or 1 weapon in this case. I think staying at 300 is good enough. We're once again in debt, but we're gonna sell hopefully some goods now. Yes, and we made some money. That is going to help us a lot. Okay, we've made a lot more money. Let's also place down an infantry fort and hope for the best that we are going to receive a few warriors here. I don't feel like we need this grand army. I don't think I ever heard this song since I've started playing Pharaoh in New Era, but it does sound good. Let's see, we have some weapons, yes. 8 archers, 16 archers. Because we have this military academy, we also start with higher ranks. As you can see, they have 1 level of veterancy. I don't think we need military wharfs. 64 unemployed. 6 months, okay, and we will have at least a few infantry units. That is good for us. I feel like it almost is time for us to start looking at making beer. And I feel like this is probably a good area to start doing that. I mean, we could start making draw roll like this, put a few workhouses. Yeah, I think I am happy with that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Maybe not that one. Let's have 3, 4, and 5 like this. We'll draw a road. Yeah, just like that. We'll have some roadblocks over here. We'll bring our safety services on this side. I will pick come on, give me some money. Good. Now I will pick some of these war camps over here. And I will want to bring some barley over here, and we'll have beer later on. But for now, we're just bringing barley. Yeah, I feel like we're safe. Yeah, they don't have any... This is a bit weird. Like, look at the army that we are fighting right now, and we're on a hard difficulty. This game needs some patches, needs some balancing, leaving aside the level of military. This needs a rather road. And you know what we could do? We could also get some irrigation ditches in the water. There we go. Acknowledge he has extended the term, and look at that, 99% fertile, great. This is done. At this point we need our blocks of limestone. Let's place down our guilds. And we'll say that we want stonemasons first. Let's also place down a few storage yards. We'll place them here. That will take plain stones at this moment. Just in case we are receiving a gift. Because when we're gonna start trading for plain stones, I feel like I'm going to place a dock somewhere like this, or here, and then have the storages be closer to the dock itself, just so we can quickly supply them. We need employees right now. So dancers first of all, and then we will need some pottery, right? That's how things go, generally speaking. Send over the barley, good. Who gives us clay? Maydoom, you give us clay. I'll have a dock here. And we'll say that you trade clay, you trade plain stones, you trade beer, barley, pottery. For now, could I trade the barley? Let's see. Yes, let's export the barley then. Let's not import clay here, barley, plain stone, or beer. And we'll say import clay to maintain 800. Export whenever it's over 1600 pottery. You accept half barley, accept half clay, please. We'll be placing down another storage yard over here. And we'll say that you accept pottery. And then we need to place down a few of our potters. Good, we got an accept. A gift, not an accept. There we go. So all of this stone will be put to good use, but as you see, we need a lot more. So maybe what we could do right now is that I can go with another one of these storages. Let's place down another architect on this side and another firehouse on this side. I know we're missing workers, but we still need them. I don't think I have received any of the blessings of the gods lately, so I'll have to quickly check that they're not mad at us. Conservatory. Let's put it here. Good, our potters have started working. This firehouse is not in a good position, it doesn't have a road. And I feel like I could bring in even a third residential area soon. let's also say here, you accept plainstone 3/4. And then I want you to also accept wood 1/4. Because I will want to place down a carpenter. So now we can go to our overseers. And we'll say that we want to import in order to maintain maybe 64 bricks. For plainstones, and then we'll also say that we want some wood to import to maintain 400 units. There we go. As soon as we have people, as soon as we're getting unemployed, I'll start to produce beer. And we're gonna export beer for a better price. I should be getting myself a bigger cup of coffee at this point because it feels like halfway through the mission I'm running out of coffee and I would really like to have more.
I'm not taking these supplies any further until someone's available to unload them.
Okay, then on the Overseer of Commerce, let's not trade anymore because we are full, apparently, on weapons right now.
I'm going to the monument to shape the stones.
And just as a safety for the near future, let's place down another infantry fort here. A Bedouin army is attacking us in 2 months. It's totally fine. Where are we at? 45 unemployment force, great. Yeah, nothing impressive, return to the city. We've gained some veterancy here. Our archers are at level 3, we have an infantry unit at level 2, and we have another infantry at level 2. Did I say 3 at 3 and 1 at 2, or did I say 2 at 2 and... Production, we are going to go and place down a beer. Breweries on the go, 1, 2, 3 and 4. We'll not accept barley over here anymore. Although, no, we can do that. We can still keep it. And I can go here and say that we want to accept some beer, right? And we will change the Overseer of Commerce from exporting the barley to exporting the beer when over 800, let's say. Yeah, the gods are okay. They're not overly amazed. Temple complex to Ptah is 2600. We'll wait a second longer here. Good. And now I can place it down. Let me take a look around. Five on the unemployment. Okay, using the storage for barley is also good. Got a bit more beer. We will need to improve some desirability here in this area. Let's put down a hawk. Okay, that was not enough. We'll need a bigger statue. There we go. Yeah, I think in the end I'm going to place it up here. Or... let's have something like that. And I just care about the altar of Ammon for building our monuments quicker and better. "24 unemployment, that is good. We will need a population of 3,000, right? That was all that we needed. Look at how much linen and papyrus we're making. No, let's not talk about limestone because we are filled with that. I'm thinking whether I should change these storages and just place down limestones, but they will have to walk all the way near the pyramid, and I'm not sure that is really the best solution. But I do believe that placing down a few more war camps could be really good. And will we be placing them down here? Pharaoh wants straws. Okay, I could do that. We'll have some war camps on this side. The reason why is because they're very close to picking up this limestone and taking them over to the monument. That's why. I want to do what I did there. Let's see. We'll have a storage. I feel like placing down a storage over here. It's out of the way. It will accept all the straws. I will be putting down another granary, maybe? But I could bring it on this side if I want to make another residential area. Or if I place a bridge, I could actually construct it over here. Let's see. Let's try placing down a bridge. Yep, we can do it here. And then I'll draw a road like this. I'll place down a roadblock just so people don't move too far from it. Thing is, I can do a road like this, and I believe that this will slightly shorten the distance of our traders as well. Especially if I do something like that. And at this point I can draw my residential area however I want. I am going to do something like this. Yeah, we need some extra workers, that is good. Have a roadblock like that, we'll place down our pavilion here. Have two sets of houses. Deliver on the straws. Let's place down water. A physician. Or maybe... what type of service? We have mortuaries, apothecaries, dentists. We have papyrus. I feel like we could make some mansions. How about that? How about we try that? I think I like that idea. We'll leave 2 spaces, 2 spaces, 2 spaces.
I can't find a place to live.
And then I'll place this stuff like so. Okay, I will place down a granary over here and accept all the food. Oh, I think it's going to turn out quite cool looking. Can I place a bridge over here? Yes. And thus I'm going to do it like that and like this. And then we'll have another road like that. So we're gonna start with these houses. We're gonna place down a bazaar over on this side. We're going to place down a few temples. And this is what we're going to play with for a while. Accept the gift for plain stones. That is absolutely amazing. Let's place down our temples. What else do they need? They need police stations. We'll start with architect, firehouse, police station. We'll have a tax collector as well because it's going to bring us good money. We'll place down a courthouse. We will put down a scribal school, and we'll also have a library over here. I think it's for the very first time that I'm placing a library since we started this campaign. Then we will need a few more of these services, right? For example, on the hygiene, we will need a dentist. Apothecary I don't think we need, but I'll put it down either way. Let's delete this road here. I think I'll place a festival square here just to encourage some stuff. Hold the festival, we'll start with good. I wonder if I can create enough desirability over here the way I placed it. I should have left a bit more space in between. We're gonna have a dance school over here. Good. What else was I thinking? So we have musicians, jugglers, we'll have dancers, and we also need mortuaries. Which will be a bit far from the supply of goods needed, but maybe. I will take this storage yard, and I will say that you accept a quarter linen, a quarter of beer, a quarter of papyrus, and maybe a quarter of pottery. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun over here. Let's place down our plazas. This is our very first step on the path to desirability. Next, I am going to be picking raw. Good. As you can see, these one houses have grown into larger houses. They're starting to dislike some nearby buildings, like mortuaries, for example. However, we do have the money to go wild, so we're gonna place down a few statues. Let's see. I'll draw a garden like this for now. It needs a second type of food. Can we get a second type of food from anywhere? Don't tell me that that is our limit at this moment. We have grain. More grain. Ah! Biblos, give me something. How unfortunate. I don't think we can go higher than this at this moment. Because we don't have a second type of food. So I guess our plan was foiled. Still, we brought in a lot of stuff here, so let's expand. Maybe next time we'll take a look to see if we will have enough resources to make this work. Well, I feel as far as the city goes, there's nothing that I really have to pay attention for now. As you've seen, the attacks are not that impressive. So what I am thinking is that I'll put a cut in here, and I'll see you guys in a second once this pyramid is, you know, completed. Any other requirements that I need to look over? No, we have enough prosperity, we have enough culture, we have enough kingdom rating. We're just waiting for the monument to be completed. Let's send some of these goods over and we'll stockpile some of the beer. And then the monument will be totally fine. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a second here, as soon as we are done with the pyramid itself. And we are back. It's literally an hour later since I waited to build this pyramid. Basically, I was watching something in the background while I was waiting for this pyramid to be built and just right-clicking through these messages that would pause the game. But look at the type of enemies that we are fighting at this moment. Yeah, this is on hard, I guess, which is between very hard and hard in the old game, they say. This is why, unfortunately, the military is not working too well at this point. I mean, look at the amount of defenses that we have versus theirs. And I was taking a look. Basically, I had towers earlier. I put down some walls to see what happens. The walls don't seem to have an effect even if your troops aren't at home. You are still getting those sort of troops. The wharfs might have an effect. Let's see. What does it say? A warship berth here between battles. Any city on the Nile ought to have at least a couple of defensive ships at the ready. So this one, it says, when a warship is not out doing battle, its crew prefers to be back at safety. Okay, the crew can rest up for the next battle. Warships. Warships patrol the waterways, ramming or shooting at other ships that intend to inflict harm on the city. While a costly unit, they can prevent a land battle if they manage to destroy the transport ships in case of naval assault. So it's only in case of a naval assault that these ships would come into play. When it comes to towers, building defensive structures may prevent enemies from ever setting foot within the city proper. Build a wall, expensive, blah blah blah. In Pharaoh, a new era, walls are purely decorative now that battles are automatically resolved. So the walls are decorative. Towers can be upgraded with plain stones and composite bows. Towers will make a good addition to your army value in case of an attack. So they will add to the army value in case of an attack. And the gates don't really matter. So there we have it. So walls are useless, they're decorative. Towers, you have them and they will add to the army value. We can upgrade these towers with stone. Well, at least they change graphics, that is good. It's a bit unfortunate that all of these, I was wondering what this did for us, but it's not doing too much. I was trying to test it out. At some point, the only major event that happened in between this hour is that I had to send my army over to some battle, but had no special effect other than increasing the kingdom rating. And other than that, yeah, I don't think that I had anything else. Oh yeah, the aging population. So I placed down a few more houses. I upgraded these houses to a higher level just to get a few more migrants. But anyway, so still needs a bunch of patches. This game definitely needs a bit more love to be put into it, and it also needs, I guess at this point I could put down a few more of these even though I don't have a lot of workers. And military needs a big rework. It needs to be changed into something that, you know, feels special, feels important to try out. But while playing this, it gave me an idea. For tomorrow, what I will do is, I think tomorrow, maybe it's going to take me a day to play through the old Pharaoh, but I am going to play through the old Pharaoh until I reach North Dashur. And when I reach North Dashur, I will do an episode of North Dashur just to have something to compare it with before we get to the military part. But I feel like this one could be one of those missions that could show off what the old game had and what this game has. And maybe on one side, you know, by having the global labor pool, maybe it's less of a problem, right? Because part of the old game is also to create a good system that sometimes failed with the walkers and the people hiring for jobs, and that can make a big portion of the game, maybe, and that is something. But at the same time, I feel like that should be really the main issue, right? The old Pharaoh and its walker system, it's not what makes that game mainly fun. So we'll try it out. I think that is a good idea to try out and then compare it. For now, let's just wait for the pyramid to be completed, because it does look really cool. And then we'll call it a day. So this is the city that I've built. I should do a few more festivals, I feel like. Doesn't really matter to whom. Collapsed building. Without adequate maintenance? Ah, I see, so these shrines... I thought that these shrines were destroyed by invaders, but apparently they are destroyed by the fact that I don't have an architect in the area. Oh, I've learned something new. Yes, and now I'm getting a lot of those gifts for plain stone, but we do not need them. Is there anything else I need to do while this gets completed? Nope. I'm at 100 kingdom rating. And there we have it, our first true pyramid. It looks absolutely great. Outstanding! You have played an integral role in the landmark moment, the construction of the first two pyramids. With the completion of Snofru's pyramid, you have set the standard of pyramid building that all others will follow. 420 months. But there we go, that's about it. We are going to be returning tomorrow with our next mission. Don't know in which of these regions, but we are going to continue our journey and we are going to take a moment to compare this game to the old game and maybe take a look at a few other Egyptian-based games. I saw that they made an update somewhere during January in the last Steam Fest to was it Children of the Nile? Was it called? No, I think that is the old game. Builders of Egypt. That's the game that I'm thinking of. And thus I am going to be comparing a few games in between themselves and see which one would be a good city builder to look out for, or maybe which one to pick out from the old ones. With that in mind, hope you have enjoyed this episode. Hope you relaxed, had a beer maybe through it. And until tomorrow, I wish you all to have a wonderful day.